For Habs fans, that was the heart-stopping thrill ride of an ending to the game at the Bell Centre. We'll have that and these stories.
Tonight on News Final.
Time's up for TOMASSI. The Premier asked the Minister to step down. Firebomb suspects caught. Police make arrests in the cafe arson cases. And the U.S. has the bald eagle, so what's Canada's bird? They're still deciding.
From the Global Montreal studios, News Final.
Hello, I'm Peter Anthony Holder. Thanks for joining us. The Bell Centre faithful were hoping to see the Montreal Canadiens tie their series up against the Pittsburgh Penguins, and they weren't disappointed. The Habs came from behind to win the game 3-2 in a nail-biter. Mike COUTEUR joins us now from just outside the Global Studios at Peel and St. Catherine. And Mike, I see there's really no need to ask about the mood, so just take it.
Well, Peter, you can hear the party's still going on here on St. Catherine Street, right at the corner of Peel. Obviously, fans pretty happy about the end result. You had police officers out in force before, making sure that there weren't any rough stuff going on. But of course, a very festive atmosphere tonight. Not as much as it was after Game 7 against the Washington Capitals, because after all, there are still at least 2 more games left in this series, Peter. And it looks like the party's going to be continuing for a little while, so I think I'll join you up in the studio, and I'll be back a little later on with highlights and player reaction from the game tonight. Peter?
Okay, make it back in the studio safely, Mike. Elsewhere, many say it was bound to happen. Family Minister Tony TOMASSI was dumped from the provincial cabinet this afternoon. Premier Jean Charest fired the minister after learning TOMASSI used a credit card that belonged to a private company. Global's Caroline Plante has the story.
The least we can say is that Tony TOMASSI was starting to become an embarrassment for the Liberals. He's been under attack for about 6 months now for allegedly awarding daycare spots to his friends. This morning, opposition parties accused him of receiving illegal donations from a private company, BCIA. And after question period, Jean Charest says he got a call from someone, maybe a reporter, telling him that TOMASSI had been using that company's credit card. When Charest confronted him with the information, TOMASSI said it was true, and the Premier deemed the offense serious enough to boot him out of cabinet.
I'm not going to determine whether it's illegal or not. We've asked La Sûreté du Québec to look into this matter. What Mr. TOMASSI confirmed is that before he became a minister, during a period where he was an M&A in the National Assembly, he had in his possession and used a credit card that belonged to BCAA, a private company.
TOMASSI is the second minister to be dumped from cabinet in the span of a few months. David Wissel left when the opposition started suspecting that his company, ABC Rive-Nord, was getting favors. And the PQ says that this latest incident does nothing to improve the Liberals' record when it comes to ethics.
C'est un véritable système qui donne justement cette apparence de corruption et qui doit être lavé actuellement.
Bédard says the Liberals are corrupt and are accepting illegal donations from private companies, and the PQ wants a public inquiry. In the meantime, Immigration Minister Yolande James is taking over for TOMASSI starting today.
That's Global's Caroline Plante from Quebec City. Meanwhile, Montreal police have arrested and charged 9 people in connection with a series of fire bombings in Italian cafes in St. Leonard, Rivière-de-Prairie, and Saint-Michel. 18 cafes were targeted between last September and this January. 13 of those cases are still unsolved. The suspects allegedly have ties to street gangs. Global's Lisa Fazette has the story.
After months of investigating, Montreal police finally got a break in their case.
We've proceeded to the arrest of 9 people in relation to the Project Arcane. Project Arcane is a project that was that came towards after 18 criminal fires.
A special task force was created to work on this file. Investigators from the Organized Crime Division as well as the Anti-Gang Squad spent months surveilling the suspects and gathering evidence.
I'd say they were pretty closely knit, being on the fact that they were communicating a lot between each others. We've got some relations between them.
Police Police say they were able to connect the suspects to 5 of the 18 fires and also caught some of them committing other crimes. Last November, police released a photo of 18-year-old Mackenzie Demosthenes, a prime suspect in the fire bombings. He was arrested a few weeks later. 2 weeks ago, videos showing some of the suspects were also made public. It was those videos that led to the arrest of at least one of the accused. 5 of the suspects were already in jail for other crimes. Of those who were charged today, 2 have criminal records and 2 were not known to police.
Luc Hanson Desgraves, Louis Cyr, Jean-Sébastien Jacques, and Sébastien Calix in one file, and in the other file it's Yann Boutier.
The suspects face a total of 48 charges, including conspiracy, arson, and weapons possession.
We were able to seize 2 firearms that were loaded, a lot of munitions. Also, we seized some bidons d'essence, containers of fuel.
The cafes in question were all targeted last October. Since then, police say these suspects have been quiet. Investigators believe these men are connected to street gangs. They're just not sure how. They say it is possible that opposing gangs join forces to commit these crimes.
It can either be street gangs that want to take more territory for selling narcotics. It can be also the inside of the mafia in crime, or it can be either street gangs working with the mafia. So these theories are all very much alive today, I'd say.
Police hope that today's arrest will lead to others and say the investigation is far from closed. Lisa Fizette, Global News, Montreal.
4 people have been injured after the roof of their hotel collapsed earlier today. It happened just after 10 this morning at Hotel Universel in Sainte-Foy near Quebec City. A group of 20 people from the National Institute for Public Health were in a conference room when a large part of the ceiling suddenly collapsed. 1 woman got hit in the head and 3 others were also hurt. All the injured were taken to hospital. Students in an adjacent room were evacuated from the building. Government building inspectors are on the scene trying to determine what caused the cave-in. Bombardier has launched a PR blitz aimed at landing a lucrative contract to build new metro cars for Montreal's aging subway system. It appears the bidding process is about to be reopened so that foreign firms can squeeze in. As Global's Tim Sargent reports, a lot of jobs and money hang in the balance.
Carl Moore isn't surprised to see Bombardier is taking out full-page ads in several Quebec daily newspapers. The marketing professor says the locomotive manufacturer is trying to send a message to the public and the government.
Bombardier and Alstom do have a strong track record of commitment to this country.
Bombardier and the French company Alstom have formed a consortium to build hundreds of new metro cars for Montreal's public transit system, the STM. But the company fears the public tender process could reopen, and that would allow other international competitors to submit similar bids, throwing Bombardier's proposal off the tracks.
You have 2 manufacturing plants and 2 engineering centers set and ready to go. And to think that we're going to, it's almost inconceivable, it's ludicrous actually, to think that we would go back to the starting board and begin the whole process over again.
The Spanish firm CAF is also interested in building the new metro cars. It's proposing to make them with rubber tires, a strict requirement of the STM.
CAF has won last 2 of the 3 big contracts on rubber wheels car in the world. So we have a good track record so far.
A Chinese locomotive firm, Zhuzhou, also wants the right to bid, but they're proposing to build the metro cars on steel wheels, an option that's been flatly rejected by the STM. But if the public tender process reopens, the firm will submit a bid.
For environmental reasons, energy reasons, the future, we should have steel wheels. Rubber tires are obsolete.
Billions of dollars and more than 1,000 jobs are at stake. Bombardier fears if the 2 international competitors are allowed to submit bids, that could increase costs and delay construction. But the foreign firms disagree, arguing opening up the process encourages competition, keeping the final cost to a minimum. Moore argues either way, a decision needs to be made.
This process has gone on. I ride the metro at least most cold days anyway. It's something where they really are starting to age.
The STM is expected to make a decision within the next couple of weeks on whether or not to award the contract to the Bombardier consortium or to call for new public tenders and open up the bidding process all over again. Tim Sargent, Global News, Montreal.
Coming up on News Final, they went to the polls in Britain. but it's still too early to tell what the final outcome will be.
The rain has stopped, the skies have cleared, and it's time to celebrate in Montreal. Coming up, I'll tell you how long the sunshine will stick around and what the weekend has in store.